Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've come on here and really spoke about school related stuff, but I figured enough time has passed by where I've taken enough exams and gotten a really well-rounded idea of what I wanted to let you guys know about how I've been studying and my thoughts on the first semester and what the next semester is going to possibly look like with COVID involved and the plan of study and how we're adapting and what CRNA school may be like for the next few months, and for people that are just starting school, what to expect and how their school may be taking on similar practices as my school has. Okay, so first things first, I definitely want to talk about study tips. So what I've been using to study. So it really depends on each class, but what I've noticed that I tend to gravitate towards the most, the top 3 things that I used to study is, one is notability. I've mentioned that on my Instagram. I've shown that, I believe, on a previous video. I use notability to write my notes, handwrite my notes. And that helps me a lot because I'm physically writing the material and listening to a video and reading and drawing little pictures, and that helps me memorize and understand the material better. So any type of iPad or tablet that you can actually have a stylus and write notes is definitely a good way to study. My second form of studying is Quizlet, believe it or not. So Quizlet is free, and if you want a premium membership, you can pay for it, but the free version of Quizlet is very, very good. So you make index cards, and then you can form a test from the index cards that you make. It could be like true or false, matching, multiple choice, and you can test yourself anywhere. So I'll be in the car driving somewhere and I'll literally be on my cell phone, like flipping through index cards. So it's very easy to make. It's a great study tool. It's great for on the go. And it definitely has helped me study and made it easier studying. The last and final third method of studying that I've used predominantly this semester, specifically in pharmacology, is concept maps. So I don't know if anyone's ever really used them, but they're just basically a fancy word for like spider diagrams. And what I try to do is I grab a bunch of different colored pens and some highlighters, and I basically try to fit on one page the major concepts of that topic for the week or the specific topic that I'm being tested on. So I have some examples here. So for pharmacology, we went into anticoagulants. So in the center, I have the drug, like general drug class, which is anticoagulants, and then I go off into warfarin, heparin, low molecular weight heparin, and I basically write their mechanism of action, any specific side effects that stand out over the other ones, and any type of adverse reactions or things to monitor and look out for. If you guys want me to do like a more detailed video about concept maps and how to do them, I will definitely do that for you. But for now, I'll just show you one more. It's not necessarily similar in the fact that it's like the drug class in the middle. This is more like for an ailment. So like if someone's having headaches. So I put the term headaches in the middle, and then I went off on first line therapies, second line therapies, like the pathophysiology of a headache up top, and what else? Prophylaxis. So basically for advanced pharmacotherapeutics, you're learning how to like prescribe the medications and what you would prescribe first, what you would prescribe if that didn't work. So that's the kind of route that I'm taking usually in my concept maps, not specifically trying to memorize each different drug in each class. You're just trying to memorize like and understand, of course, the overall drug class and what it does and what you would prescribe first, and then what you would prescribe second, and then third line if there is anything. Basically the pathophysiology behind each disease and ailment that a patient comes in with. And that has really helped me because the colors and the easy just everything on one sheet of paper and writing them out. So the whole process, basically, by the time I finish one of these, I've already done a good amount of studying because I wrote the whole thing out and I highlighted it and I read the textbook and the slides to write this. So it's not just like studying these, it's the whole process, which has helped me as well. The only downside is it can become time consuming. So if you try to do these every week, at the end of every week, instead of like right before the exam, definitely will be a great help. All right, so just to recap, so the top 3 things that I've been doing this semester to study is using my Notability app to write my notes, using Quizlet to make index cards that are easily accessible everywhere I go, and concept maps to have a lot of information on one piece of paper, being able to condense large amounts of material into basic overall concepts that you need to know. Okay, so now let's get on to my opinions on this first semester. So I do want to be very honest with you guys because that's what I'm here for, and that is the best policy. Honesty always over everything. If I had to rate it on a scale of nursing school to like full-blown anesthesia, which I haven't even experienced yet, but I just know that obviously it's going to get harder from here. So I'm being very grateful and humble about this semester because I know that it is only going to get harder. I would basically say that this semester was like a slightly harder than nursing school, but that is only because I am in only one anesthesia course right now, and the rest are basically doctorate nursing courses or nurse practitioner courses. So I'm in a mixture of classes with a mixture of other students. So a lot of the material is basically going a little more in depth than nursing school did. Next semester is where things will be different. It's called the Anesthesia Boot Camp. So I am just taking this all in, very happy with how this semester went, and I'm excited for next semester. Fingers crossed, hopefully this semester I will be able to get a 4.0. It is not set in stone yet, but we will see in another month. So yeah, this semester was a great transition period for me to get back into the groove of things, and I think that for most doctoral programs, this will be the same thing because in 2-year programs, I do not believe they have to take as many outside courses, if you want to say, like other than anesthesia. So you may get right into the nitty gritty faster, but I'm taking this as a good transition period to kind of get me into the groove of studying and find my little routine. So speaking of more anesthesia courses, let's get into next semester updates. I have spoken with my director, and the projection for next semester is I will be in lab about once a week because my classes for next semester are pharmacokinetics and dynamics of anesthesia agents, basic principles of anesthesia and advanced health, pathophysiology of human disease, orientation to clinical practice, and theoretical foundations for organizational change in the healthcare system. Sounds cool. So that is what's considered the anesthesia boot camp, people. I am nervous, excited, all of the feels basically. And like I said, I will be in the orientation to clinical is basically lab every week where we learn intubations, difficult airways, how to use the ultrasound, all that stuff. So that is super exciting. All that will be like totally new to me. And then the anesthesia courses themselves, they will be online live lectures. They call it synchronous, and asynchronous is where the lecture is posted and then you watch it later. So it's going to be a combination of both. I am nervous about it just because this is like the bread and butter of our foundation that we need to have as anesthesia providers. So I'm just hoping that this online stuff goes well. If it's anything like we have discussed with our program, I know everything will be okay. Hopefully we'll be able to sit together in a classroom one day when COVID is not as bad as it is right now. We shall see. But you know what? I'm taking everything with a grain of salt and I'm hopeful and positive. So that is really it. That's all the information I have in regards to next semester. And then when next semester starts, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys reviews and updates of how it's going. But as of right now, everything is great. And I hope all of you are doing well and probably going for your interviews and hearing back from schools. So I would love to hear about your success stories, or if anybody wants to talk about any upcoming interviews they have, definitely reach out, leave me a comment, or go on my Instagram, direct message me. I'm always down for a chat. So that's really it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up if you like this video, and if you want to see more, please don't hesitate to let me know what content you want to see. All right, guys, see you later.